Hey y'all. I have to laugh at myself. I've been talking for about 5 good minutes, thinking I was live. I was not even live. I'm just sitting up here just going at it. But that's okay. I got a little practice, so I should be okay with it right now. But I was saying, I need to give me a setup. I'm like, if I'm going to be doing this every week, I need a setup. My lighting is bad. I really don't know what kind of lighting I need, but I guess I need to look into it and get me an actual camera and a stand or something, because this is where I'm doing it. It's kind of hard. I'm sitting in a chair and I'm doing it at a chair, and it's not that easy. But then again, I ain't never did nothing easy, so whatever. Let's just do it. Well, that's called growth. We're going to growth. And the whole time I was sitting here speaking, I was saying that I was going to stop saying, because I picked that up from somewhere, so not even mine. And I've been running with it ever since, so I'm going to have to drop that, because I don't want to be saying, every single time I say something. And that basically is not what I was taught. I did go to Toastmasters for 1 or 2 classes, and that definitely was not one of the things they told you to do. You're not supposed to do that. So with that being said, I like to start with a little wisdom. But before I start with my wisdom, I always put my little disclaimer, and that is, you can take some of what I give you, none of what I give you, or at all. Or, just leave somebody to it if you think they need it and you don't. It's fine. So you can, like I said, let it go in one ear and out the other. It's A-okay, because these are my opinions, and they are reflected only of me and what I think and nobody else. But I do try to give you some wisdom and try to guide you to the promised land, or just do a better you. I'm going to say that, a better you, because everybody needs to be a better version of themselves. And you need to do that kind of often, because there's times and there's things that they get in the way and you get distracted. And you need to get back on track. So, with that being said, come see me. But we're going to start today with the wisdom. I already gave you the disclaimer, so. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. That is Martin Luther King Jr. I actually like that, because if you don't say anything about things that matter to you, then you're just existing. That's nothing wrong with existing, but, stand for something or fall for anything. I say that to you. It's not mine, but I'll say it to you. Keep it moving, and don't be silent about things that matter to you. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And that is Maya Angelou, or Angelou. I think it's Angelou, something like that. But that is a great saying to kind of go off of as well, because people nowadays, and even before, some people are having it rough. They don't always tell you that. They may just be looking off. They may just say something off. And who knows, you might not see them for a while. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't ask a question, give a little advice. Sometimes they may not want it. Okay, don't force it upon them. But let them know that you are there. You are there. You're that shoulder. You can lean on. You can lean on me when you're not strong. Because a lot of times I think people look to wrong people for advice, some comfort, and people will show you the best version of themselves up front. So you think you are really meeting a genuine person who is, I'm gonna say it. I mean, most people are out there, and I said it today in the post. They're out there for, what can I take from you? Or basically, what's in it for me? If it's something in it for me, then we can deal. And I think that's crazy, because love it's no amount of money that should be able to buy love. Okay? And there's no amount of money to make you not want to help a person in a time of need. And I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. Okay, get your mind out the gutter, because I just felt it. Somebody was thinking it. Okay, if I felt it, you was thinking it. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that if somebody is having a hard time, step your tail up and help them through it. Don't judge them. Don't, like I say, give them some advice and let them decide what they want to do. It's not a blueprint. It's a blueprint. It's not, how do you say that? It's not, see, I get stuck sometimes too, because I don't know what, I just kind of go where I want to go at the time. But it's not, you don't force it. It's just a blueprint, something that they can use to guide them through this thing called life, kind of navigate through the world, and until they get their feet on the ground. Because everybody started off this world the same. You were born into the world. You were born into a family. But in that family dynamics is where you learn most of the things that you do. Whether you realize them or not, you learn them in that dynamic. So if the dynamic was a little off, or they didn't have, the skills or to kind of guide you, or something went wrong in that time frame, you're gonna be a little not knowledgeable about the things that you need to be doing or the steps you need to be taking. And a lot of times you rely on folks so much that it's hard for you to make a decision on what to do, or even realize that that's something that's going on. I myself I'm a deep thinker. I think about everything, and then I go back and think about it. And you're probably going to hear this a few times. I'm the first one to admit whether, if I did something wrong, I could go back and I can apologize. Or if there's something I see and I feel like I'm comfortable that I can tell you, like you're close enough to me that I can tell you, then I can tell you. Because the people around you are supposed to be your support team. And that's kind of crazy, because sometimes you've grown up and you've fought and fight. I say fought and fought. You fought with each other when you're little and you grow up and you have grudges and stuff like that. So you go to those people and you ask them some questions. You don't always get the best answers, okay? And that is this thing called life. So you still have to navigate this thing called life. And I know y'all be hearing me out here. Y'all like, this girl, she always got something to say that is teaching and preaching. It may be a little teaching and preaching, but I care. I'm your cousin, your auntie, your sister, your friend. And if, your mother that you didn't have. And this good thing about this thing called Facebook Live and YouTube and all these platforms, because you get a little more one-on-one kind of advice at the moment. You could take that at the moment. You can take that day. You can take it any other day. And that's a beautiful thing, because before you have to read it in a book or, not be comfortable to talk to anybody. Because sometimes it's really hard for some people to just go, to a professional that's going to tell you, they're going to tell you crazy. And they're going to prescribe you some medicine most of the time. God forgive me, and y'all don't be getting mad at me. I'm just telling the truth. So, you really want to go to a person like a life coach or a life goals coach, someone that can navigate you through the things that have traumatized you or things that you are stuck at, things that you are not seeing. Because sometimes if you say the same things over and over, there is a lesson to be learned in that. And that you need to have somebody that can help guide you through those things. And I definitely, that's my avenue. And it's crazy because I do a lot of, sleeping. I sleep a lot. So just to kind of get my energy right and to recharge, because it takes a lot to be an empath. Kind of like empath. I can feel people's emotions, and I really don't have to be with you to do that. If I'm connected to you, I'm connected to you, because I'll know. I'm like, oh, okay, why am I feeling like this? And it's not always my feelings. 99% of the time it's not my feelings, but I will feel them. So it's really hard to be an empath like myself, because you don't know whose emotions you're taking on. So you have to figure these things out, or you have to rest and relax, and it'll come to you, but it might not come to you that day. And then you're like, oh gosh, that's why I was feeling like that. So I'm up for the challenge, and somebody's about to come in, so I hope I'm gonna keep it going. But if I lose my train of thought, I come back. I got it written now. It always seems impossible until it's done, and that's Nelson Mandela, and that's true. Anything that you do, it's gonna feel impossible if it's never been done before. If you never did it before, then of course it's gonna feel impossible. And if it's not been done at all, it's definitely impossible. Feels impossible, but it's not impossible until you do it, and then it's possible. Okay? Well, it is impossible until you do it, but it's not impossible, if that means anything. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do. I'm that girl. Okay? I'm me, and there's one of me, and I definitely think I can change the world. And if not the whole world, some in it. All you gotta do is change some, and you let somebody else do the rest. You be like a little ant. That's how ants do it. They don't bring all the food. They go find the food, and everybody bring a little bit. Okay, everybody get a little bit. That's all I gotta do. Just give a little bit. Give you a little bit. And you take it to somebody else. Okay? I ain't scared. Okay, because people... Oh, I already did. Oh, sorry, and that was Steve Jobs. Let me not give that man his credit, because I ain't trying to get sued. That's Steve Jobs who said that, wasn't me. I don't do things for the response or for the controversy. I just live my life. Now, y'all know that's Rihanna. I almost want to bust out and sing the song, but I don't even know the words to the song. But I do know that. I do know that part. Live my life. Oh, I should look up that song before I came on. But y'all know that song. I got the little beat in my head. Live my life. Oh. Oh, that may be that shooting star. Like diamonds in the sky. Yeah, I think that is a song. Like diamonds in the sky. A beautiful sight to see. When I heard you, I'm alive. I'm like diamonds in the sky. Just live my life. Okay, y'all, that's enough of that. But I can sing a little bit. I'm going to learn the words. Next time I want to sing something, I know the words. If somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. That's Richard Branson. That's some good advice. He said, if you don't know how to do it, still say yes and learn how to do it later. I'll take some advice from Richard Branson. Okay. During your life, never stop dreaming. No one can take away your dreams. No one can take away your dreams. I definitely believe that. You know, I have dreams. And they have not come true yet. But that doesn't stop me from dreaming. I'm a dreamer. I dream. I dream big too. So it's not a bad thing to dream. If you dream, one day your dreams will come true. They may not happen the way you think, and they might not even be the people you think are going to be in that dream. It may be a whole nother scenario. God will flip the script on you, and you just got to go with the flow. And I truly believe that. And like I say, I grow every single day. I grow, and it's kind of crazy. It kind of scares me a little bit, because it's like, oh my gosh, you know, the things I did yesterday, they don't work today. The things I did this morning, they may not work for me tonight. Because you're constantly growing. And like I said, I didn't get here overnight. I did not get here overnight. It took me a long time, a lot of sweat, and a lot of tears to be standing, well, I ain't even standing, but be right here right now telling you what I'm telling you. And to keep it moving. My mama used to always tell me, baby girl, don't cry over spilled milk. And that is the hardest thing to do in your life. If something happens, you're human. We naturally think we're going to cry about things. But it's not the fact that you thought about it and you cried about it. Or did you harp on it, and did you keep on harping on it, and did you let it change your continence? Okay? You got to stand up and be you. Deal with problems, deal with situations, and keep it moving. I'm going to say that a lot, so probably every video I say after this is going to say that. And like I said, I'm going to make mistakes in this video. I am not going to edit it. That's exactly why it's live. I actually like live. Before I didn't like it. I was like, oh, I might say something and I can't take it out. Okay, then. It was meant to be in there, okay? If I say a word and you hear my little country girl come out. Okay, occasionally I will say door. I know it's door. I might say stove. I know it's store. But I grew up in the hood, okay? So I'm hood Hollywood. And as much as I sit up here and be polished, sometimes a little hood gonna come out. So I don't need you judging me. Okay? Get the message. That's all you need to do. We'll come back to that. Hold on, y'all. Got to wear my whistle. Today, it's actually going to be a light day. We're going to talk about this. We're just going to talk about the spirit and the consciousness and all that goes with that. And some other little nuggets I'm going to give you. Okay? So, there's 7 spiritual levels of consciousness. And I got this from Mind Valley. Okay? See, that little country girl almost came out. I was going to say mine. But Mind Valley, okay? And it was written by Cheyenne Diaz. So I'm going to just put that in there too. I could have just said Mind Valley, but I think she did a beautiful job with this. So I'm technically just going to be reading this. I didn't write this. So let's give the girl some credit. We're going to start off with waking consciousness, okay? And I'll give you the word and give you the definition. So waking consciousness, this is the state in which we go through our lives most of the time, okay? Every time you're aware of and are in control of your actions, you are in a state of waking consciousness. These comprise of your memories, thoughts, feelings, and the information gathered by all the senses of the body. Okay? So that is waking consciousness. So you're conscious, your body, knows what's going on. It's thinking, it's remembering, it's feeling, and it's gathering information in your body, is processing it. So if it's cold, it's cold, or hot, it's hot. So that's waking consciousness, okay? Then we have deep sleep. Deep sleep is the utter stillness and restfulness of being unconscious in a state. It's a state of deep sleep. So I messed it all up. The utter stillness and restfulness of being unconscious is the state of deep sleep. Okay, that's good. You experience this as lack of information or memories. When we're sleeping or unconscious, we're in a state that's beyond our personal memories and experiences. So if you're sleeping, you're not remembering if you're in deep sleep. Now you can remember in certain, sleep realms, but deep sleep, you're not remembering anything, okay? You're sleeping, you're dreaming, but you're not conscious. Now, dreaming state, we recognize this by fleeting and abstract experiences of dreams. We often remember only pieces of this state. Even the realism of this experience can feel quite authentic. So you're dreaming, and you remember a little bit, but you don't remember the whole thing, but you can piece a little bit together. That's the dreaming state. So a little different from deep sleep. Deep sleep, you're not remembering anything. So this state is often credited to the subconscious state of mind. So in the subconscious. Now most people are kind of 1, 2, 3 states in their dreams. Okay? The last 4 states are often gifted or earned through the exploration of the subconscious mind. The continual practices of spiritual bear. Shh. Dog is distracting me. Okay, continued practice of spiritual acts such as meditation, prayer, or mindfulness are the common causes of these states of experience. Okay, so, however, sometimes appear through certain happenings in life, such as epiphanies or realizations. Okay? So you can get into upper levels of dreaming and sleeping if you work at it. It's not going to happen if you don't use your brain and work at it. So you got to do some meditation. You got to do some reading up on it. You got to work at it. And then your mind will take you to different places. And it's crazy because, like I said, most people go 1, 2, 3 date. And they're good. So majority of the human species is just go to sleep and whatever happens in your dream. And there's other people that can control it because they can, in and out, astral projections. I mean, it's so much stuff that can happen in your dreams that it is worth exploring for some, Now, me, myself, I do. I mean, that's my business, okay? But transcendental consciousness is when it is the silencing of all senses while being completely conscious. The ability to silence the chaos of all senses and overwhelming clamor, which is noise, of the mind, is a powerful ability in the pursuit of enlightenment. By quieting all the senses of the body and mind, you're free to connect undisturbed with the spirit. So you quiet your mind down, quiet your senses down, and you can tap into your mind. Okay? You can tap into a deeper knowledge of what's going on and what it can do. And we know that it can do a lot of things, because if a person can walk on hot coals and not get burnt, the mind is powerful. It is so powerful. We got a lot of power that we don't know. It's untapped. Cosmic consciousness. This state is often considered the dissociation of the ego. You begin to realize that your thoughts was your being. The thoughts. You begin to realize what you are, what your thought, what you. Sorry, this dog is squealing over here, and he's really distracted. Bear, stop that. You begin to realize that what you thought was your being is not. You realize that you are much bigger than what you have, do, think, or what role you play in the world. See, devil don't want me to get this out. This dog don't even be paying attention. I was here last hour or two, didn't say nothing. As soon as I get on live, he over there squealing his tail out. Things you previously cared so much about start to fade away alongside all the biggest problems you thought you had. So this is basically, you can now think outside the box. You can think outside the box. If you go a little further in your consciousness, there's things that will you can tap into a whole nother world. We're gonna say world. There you go. Whole nother world. Number 6 is God consciousness. This state of being is described in one word as bliss. You begin to feel a deep warmth and connection with everything around you as you take on this consciousness. You feel through your perceptions, through joy, love, as your heart is full and open. Your mind is the glowing light, and you can see only the pure radiation of love through every person and thing in the world. So you change your perception. You're looking at love. It's supposed to hate or anything else. You see everything. You totally do. But you operate in a different light. You operate in love instead of, you know, I'm just gonna say it, playing get back, thinking of devilish ways to, you know, do harm to people or do, how do you say that? Ooh, Lord, this is gonna get me now. Manipulate folks, stuff like that. You won't be able to do that when you tap into your higher self and your higher consciousness. You won't be able to do those things. Don't get me wrong. If somebody do something where they're trying to harm you or whatever, well, you could snap. You could mind you, and it don't take a second. Okay. I had somebody say something to me just last night. And I had to come out my skin a little bit. I was like, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Don't let it fool you, because I'm not the one. I'm kind and gentle and kumbaya until you come at me the wrong way. Then you're going to be like, whoa, okay. I'm just saying, I'm peaceful. I try to be peaceful. I wake up peaceful. I go to sleep peaceful. Okay, I'm an empath, so yeah, I feel other people's things. So in order for me, I can't be around a whole lot of people because I pick up on energy. That's not something I can change. It was given to me as a gift. Now I'm definitely gonna keep my gifts, but I know what to do. For me, it's rest, relaxation, chill, sleep it off, because my energy heals people. So if you sending me some of that, I always say you sending me, I'm picking it up. I can send you some of my, energy, but I can't have you trying to drain it all. So I got to lay down, sleep, and recharge my energy. Or people say protect my energy, okay? And then 7, there's unity consciousness. You see all as one, and there is no longer you. It ain't about you. You ain't selfish no more. You're thinking about everybody as a whole. That's a beautiful thing, but it's not gonna be easy to get there. You're gonna have to give up a lot of stuff to get to some of these realms. Like I say, 1, 2, 3, that's easy. Getting up to the other higher ones, that's where it's gonna call for some control, which is really hard. And usually I don't want to say this, I don't sound like no bearer of bad news, but usually the people that mean people harm are highly evolved into the higher realms. They tap into stuff, but it be the bad stuff, and they do stuff, but they are using their brain, but half of us just go to sleep, and it's saying like I pray and go to sleep and wake up the next day. Okay, there's a lot going on in the dream realm. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on around you. You need to know what's going on in your head. If you don't know, you don't know, but that don't mean it ain't going on. Me, myself, I'd rather know than not know. Remember that. Rather know than not know. You can always decide to do what you need to do. If you know, if you don't know, then you walk around here looking like Willie Foo-Foo. But let's keep it moving. So it's no longer you, but rather an us. You think about us. There once was a separation of self, us, them, and it. But now you can see only one energy flowing, and that is a collective with me, us. In different forms, you have found a complete association with everything and realize there's only one consciousness. It's unity, and we need to be unified as a people to be able to do anything to change what's going on in the world. We all have to be on the same note. We have to know what we want, what we need, and how to get there. And that is by, like I say, being as one. Unity. Unity. Now, there is 7 levels of consciousness. And I'm just going to talk about sorry. I'm going to just tell you what consciousness means first. Let's get a little water. Let's get a little nourishment. Sorry, y'all. Strawberry. I worked up a hunger. So 7 levels of consciousness. But consciousness means consciousness is a loosely defined concept that addresses the awareness of both internal and external stimuli. The 7 levels of consciousness are spiritual recognition, psychological understanding, medically altered states, purpose, satisfaction, self-acculation, and rebirth. I'm not going to get into all those. I may go back and do that later because I don't want to keep this too long. I can actually do that maybe tomorrow or another day. We'll go over that. 7. Just write a note. Because my puppy is not behaving. He's distracting me some. And you're supposed to be able to do this without and be distracted. I understand that. But I'm learning. Okay? I ain't there yet. This squealing little sound like a little pig over there. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but I can hear him, so he's really distracting me. And I know he went out, but maybe he wants to go out again. So I'll take him out again. 4 states of consciousness. And that is awake, dream filled, sleep, deep sleep, and beyond deep sleep. And collective consciousness, okay? Collective consciousness is the set of shared beliefs, ideals, and moral attitudes which operate as a unifying force within society. Okay, and there also is one level, dual consciousness. I don't know about that, but we're gonna go with it anyway. It's the state. It states it's possible that a person may develop 2 separate conscious entities within their brain. I don't know about that. That sounds a little crazy. I'm gonna need to get more research on that. I'm gonna need to get more research. Don't worry, I'm gonna research that. Dual consciousness. I do know. Let me think. I do know you can be into state. Yeah, I do believe you can do that. Okay, but you're gonna have to be sleeping, and you don't always remember all of it. But yeah, I think that's cool. All right, defense mechanisms. We're gonna talk about defense mechanisms. Okay, there are 5 defense mechanisms. Okay, and that is repression. Repression is an unconscious mechanism employed by the ego to keep disturbing or threatening thoughts from being conscious. So that means you suppress things just to deal with life. You see or experience it, but you won't let yourself experience it. Okay? You get what I'm saying? You know what's going on, but you suppress it so you don't really let it affect you like it's supposed to or trying to. Because I do think, like I said, if you don't handle things when it's time to handle things, they will build up inside you, and that's a problem, and that seems to be the problem with all of us. And I'm gonna say the same thing because I used to do the same doggone thing. Where you think you got it going on, you got it under control, and all of it is just building up inside, and then one day you explode, and that's what you don't want to do, explode. So we need to, this is me, I never read this. You need to make mind shifts all the time. Deal with your emotions for however long it takes, a few minutes or an hour. Don't stuff that stuff in there for 40 years, or don't stuff it in there for a whole 2-3 days. Deal with it then and keep it moving. We have emotions for a reason. We need to use those emotions, but we need to grow at using those emotions. Use it for the time being, for the time that it's meant to be, and then let it go. Okay? Don't just let everything go. Don't just stuff everything in. Process it as you need to process it, and then move forward. That's just my advice to any and everybody. If you're watching or you're not watching, if you come back and listen, we're all human. But we've been taught to not show emotions. It's not benefiting you to hold everything in. It's benefiting the people who don't have conscience to hold stuff in, because they don't have conscience. You can't be like everybody else. You gotta be yourself, and we gotta teach the people who don't have conscience how to have some. Okay, I'm not holding nothing else in no more. Okay, if it's bothering me, then I'm gonna say it and help somebody else. And if you can't handle it, I'm sorry for you. I'm here for the people who need to be themselves and need to process things how it's supposed to process it. It's supposed to people who, like I said, don't have no conscience, that make you feel bad about being who you are, so they don't have to get no conscience. No. Y'all gonna stop, because I'm not gonna be holding my stuff in no more. And don't be calling and talking about, what's wrong with you? Why you say that? Because I'm me. And I said it because it benefits me. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I ain't trying to worry about the people in front of the room. I worry about the people in the back of the room, because those the gems, the diamonds are in the back of the room. I'm trying to get y'all to come to the front of the room. And like I said, if I got to go first, I'm going first, because that's where we belong anyway. We don't belong back there. Y'all done scooted us back there trying to make us think something wrong with us and we crazy, and we got all the information. No. It's a new day. It's a new day, okay? Denial. Okay, and denial involves blocking external events from awareness. If someone if some situation is just too much to handle, the person just refuses to experience it. Now, we all know about denial. I mean, somebody can do something and be right there like, I ain't do it. You did it. I'm telling you, you did it. If you don't know, if somebody's trying to give you some feedback, that's the only way you're going to know. Okay? And if that person trying to give you feedback and you try to manipulate them and try to overtalk them and be mad at them because you in denial, okay, that still don't make it right. You still, you did it. And the only way you gonna did it is accept you did it. You just accept the fact that you did it and apologize and move on. It's not hard to apologize. It's really not hard to apologize. When you do something to hurt somebody, you should be the first one to apologize. When you do something on purpose, then you should be, and if that's you, then I'm telling you, you are not a nice person. Just because you can do it and have no conscience, don't mean you're not a nice person. And I'm here to tell you, you're not a nice person. You need to regroup, change your heart, and change your attitude, because it's not right how y'all be treating people that are good people just because you think you smarter. You're not smarter. Some of us just nicer, and we let y'all get away with some stuff, but it's time to pay the piper, because the good Lord ain't playing that no more. Not 2021. He ain't playing that. So y'all gonna stop. That be the reason y'all gonna stop. Projection. This involves individuals attributing to their own acceptable thoughts, feelings, and motives to another person. So, like I'm saying, you know you got bad vibes and all that good stuff, and you know you in denial. So somebody tells you something, you try to, change them instead of changing yourself. You gonna try to tell them how they wrong for saying that you wrong, and try to find something inside of them so you can use it against them to get off the subject instead of getting to the root of the problem. Accepting what you did and apologize. That's all you have to do. Apologize. Accept your stuff. Stand in your gravy. That's not cool. Displacement. Satisfying an impulse with a substitute. Displacement. Satisfying an impulse with a substitute object. Now, I have to do a little more research on that one, because I really don't know what that means. Maybe you're going to hit something or something. I don't know. That's probably what you're going to do. You're going to say something and then hit something and then make the other person scared or weak or, change their mind. But it still go to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is you are in denial. So, own your stuff. Regression is a movement back in psychological time when one is faced with stress. Now, we know how that is. Like if let's say you have a addiction. I'm going to say addiction. And something happens when you're stressed out and you go back to that addiction. And I'm going to just talk about myself because, hey, let's just go with it. You can't help nobody if you don't, put yourself out there. For me, when I stress, I'm eating. That's my drug of choice. I am going to eat something. And I know this. And I can control it, but there's times that I don't want to. I want to feel that emotion because, like I say, I'm an empath. And I have a lot of things going on at the moment. And sometimes when it's time for me to feel my own emotions, it's overwhelming for me. So I'm like, whew, Next thing you know, I'm like eating something I'm not supposed to be eating. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It's okay to have stress and maybe eat something, but make sure you pick something that's a good something. Something with no calories. So, some carrots or some celery or something like that. But you know me, I'm gonna go and pop some chicken or something up in there, or something that I'm not supposed to. And I'm working on that, okay? I'm working on that. But it's something to put yourself out there. You can put yourself out there, then you know you're ready to help somebody. And you can definitely help yourself. With helping yourself, you help somebody else. So, I'm going to write that down. That's my goal. My goal is to get healthier choices when I'm stressed. And like I said, it don't always be my stress. I take on everybody else's stress because that's just who I am. That's how I was made, and that's one of my gifts. So I don't look at it as a curse. So I need to work with my gift. Work with your gifts, okay? Work with them. So, all of us y'all might be out there doing the same thing. Y'all might have different addictions, because that's how you probably relieve your stress. So, pick better relievers of those addictions. And that's something how you can say something and then a light bulb goes off. This whole time I'll be like, ew, my wig is really not all right. Sorry, y'all. I'll be trying to relax and because I really don't know. I could just like all of a sudden I'm like anxious, and I don't have anxiety. I ain't got nothing to be worried about. I really truly don't. And then maybe that same day or the next day somebody might call me. Maybe they don't even call me and I don't really know who it was. And then I found out, oh, that's why I was feeling that way. And like I said, you might wake up with your back hurting, but your back is not hurting. If you could, call everybody on the three-way call, and that's all right, who's back hurting? Then you can probably find out. So I don't always find out what's going on. But I don't have back problems. My back doesn't hurt. I've been working for 25 years. My back don't hurt. But all of a sudden, like one day, my back could be hurting. And that is somebody else. But I've been learning to actually look up the spiritual reasons for some of these things. And it's crazy. And it was like if your back hurts, but like I said, I don't have back problems now. And it means like you are scared to move forward. And I was like, interesting. If your foot out of for no reason, your foot starts hurting. And it's hurting like all day. Like, why is my foot hurting? All of a sudden, I didn't hit it. I didn't do nothing to it. The foot, it means the same thing. You're scared to or move forward for some reason. And it was a whole bunch of different reasons for the things that are happening to your body, like your physical symptoms. So I might have to get more into that and read into that. But that's something to look at before you go and pop a pill or, go and run into the doctor. Look up on Google and see what that physical symptom means. Because it'll tell you if if something is scratching your throat. That means you are maybe afraid to say something that you need to say. If your head is hurting, there's so many different reasons spiritually for these things. It will blow your mind. And I would definitely like to get into that more, because like I say, I am an empath, and I feel the people's pains and things like that. So it would be to my benefit to go and find out what's going on. to figure out how to handle it, what avenue I need to go at that. With that being said, y'all, I really am done with my information, and I hope you really got to take something from it. And sometimes I feel like a preacher. You be, not to say anything bad about them. Like, I'm in church, and when they get excited about something, they get into it. It's crazy because I kind of do that too when I'm saying something I'm kind of passionate about what I'm doing. I will get loud and make faces, and that's okay because I'm me. And like I say, hopefully you take a little bit, or if you don't take anything, that's fine too. Let it go in one ear and out the other as well. I just want to make sure I kind of help you as much as I can in any way as I can. And like I said, you can always DM me, call me, and I will try to get you the information that you need or help you work it out. And it's fine. It's okay. You don't have to give me any credit. That's fine. But I do have Cash App if you want to support my journey to divine feminine love movement. Go ahead on, and it's money sign coffee 443. No donations too small. Okay. Let me leave you with a little something, because I always like to leave you with a little something. And that is, I didn't even tell y'all when I told y'all that during your life, never stop dreaming, no one can take away your dreams. That was Tupac. I didn't mean to steal his thing. That was way when I first started, but that Tupac said that. Now this is what I'm going to leave y'all with. The best brains of the nation may be found in the last benches of the classroom. And that is A.P. J. Abdul Kalam. And like I said, if you in the back of the room, you got all the answers. You got love in your heart. You got pure intentions and a pure heart. Come on to the front of the room. God is calling you. He needs you right now. He needs you today. All the diamonds are in the back of the room. You don't need to be in the back of the room. Right now we need love, and we need people to show people how to love. So you're here. And you know what you came to do. It's time to do it. It's no time like the present time. I'm going to be here, okay? I'm going to try to do this at least once a week. And then, who knows, maybe a few more times a week, depending on what I have to say. Because you have to have content. And I'm not really comfortable right now to say everything that's all in my head, because I got to put it down somewhere. And it only comes out when I maybe see something or I hear something, then I want to talk about it. And it's crazy because I cut hair, and it's really easy for me to do at work because it's already I'm already there, and people are already stimulating me because they make me think about stuff. But just having to sit and then think of something, that just doesn't work. So I'm going to have to be more diligent as when I hear something or think of something, to jot that down, and I can come back and talk to you all about that. So with that being said, I dropped my pen. Miss Coffee B, Hollywood, Hood Hollywood, Queen, Trouble, Divine Feminine, Felicia, out. Peace, light, love. Love your neighbor. Hug somebody. And always, always lead with love. Ta ta.